All right, let's go again with another episode of Ask the Advisor from around the world and across the web. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Matty Sat's Case here as we go one-on-one with the CEO and founder of Quantum Economics and Quantum Expeditions, Mati Greenspan. If you've got a question for the advisor, please feel free, drop it in the comments below, and we will do our best to try and get to it in the days and weeks to come. All right. Question number one for you, advisor. Where do you project the Bitcoin network hash rate to drop following the post-halving, and what kind of impact might this have on the price?
Hey, Matt. Yeah, that's definitely an excellent question. And just before we start, I want to say past performance is not an indication of future results, and also that Bitcoin's hash rate can be even more difficult to predict sometimes than the price. But let's take a look at the last two halving events. The first halving event was on November 28th, 2012, so before many people, including myself, even ever heard of Bitcoin, so probably not as relevant for us. The second halving event ever was July 9th, 2016, and we can see it on the hash rate chart. Not a lot of action. I mean, you know, things are up and down. I would say this lull might have been caused by that, but I don't think that there was any real significant change. Maybe what we can see is if we really zoom out, that these entire months, let's say from May all the way till, November, were more flat than Bitcoin's, general usual hockey stick graph that we're used to seeing. And then, the third halving event, May 11th, 2020, that was a bit more significant. So here it is on the chart. People definitely ran all of the hash rate. We reached an all-time high hash rate on May 11th, and then everybody turned off all at once. I think this is where Bitcoin mining industry really began to develop as an industry in general. And that was, peak COVID, if you'll recall. And then there was definitely a significant dip on the next day. Peak to trough, we're looking at nearly 40% drop. And then it came to a low that hadn't been seen since about January that year. And it stayed down also for about 20 days or so until we saw a recovery, and then things continue on its merry way. And then as far as price is concerned, here's the second halving event from 2016. Not much of a difference, a bit of a run up here beforehand. What I would say is, and what's very clear on this chart is that this halving event very likely was a trigger for the massive 2017 bull run that we all know and love. And then the 2020 halving, that was interesting because we actually saw a dip in Bitcoin's price the day before that. Maybe that was some miners selling off. Not really sure what happened there, but this was the 2020, this was the COVID sell-off. If you'll remember, every asset on the planet sold off at that time. And then, there was a lot of money printing happening. So I don't know. I couldn't say that was the exact trigger for this bull run, but I think that it certainly contributed to the 2020, 2021 bull run.
Question number two for you, advisor. The $1 million Bitcoin price prediction has been floated by a lot of folks out there on social media. Samson Mao from Jan 3 actually says it could happen within a matter of weeks. He substantiates that by lots of data points. And then I love this one. Michael Saylor, not too long ago, in a Twitter space with CNBC's Dan Nathanson and Guy Adami saying $5 million per Bitcoin. Listen to his comments, and then we'll get your response.
So it's going to grind up to replace gold. It'll go to $500,000 a coin, regardless of whether they fix these things. But there are three things that are massive catalysts that cause an acceleration. Those three things don't take us to 500,000. They take us to 5 million a coin.
The Bitcoin price prediction question. Yeah, Samson Mao, Michael Saylor, very interesting fellows. John McAfee very famously got it wrong over and over again. We can get some kind of indication as far as what's going on in the past and what's happening in the markets right now. Here we can see the Bitcoin hodl waves chart, which basically shows how long each Bitcoin that's in circulation has been has moved, or when was the last time it moved. If we do the quick math on that, percentage comes out to about 3,068,000 that have actually moved in the last 3 months. My prediction of 280,000 by the end of the year, it's pretty aggressive. It would mean that we'd be basically over the rainbow.
And finally, question number 3 for the advisor. Yes, meme coins, airdrops. There have been so many. Pork, Solana's got a bunch. You've got Jupiter and Wen and all these different meme coins and airdrops are happening right now. Give us your state on the meme coin market and where things are right now.
Pork, definitely not kosher, and I'm not going to be partaking of that one. I have done some meme coins before, sure, Pepe and whatnot. I've held Doge coin since 2014. You can see the latest Dogecoin market, drc-20.org. Yes, there are now ordinals on Dogecoin, and Elon Musk hasn't tweeted about it yet.
There he is, the advisor, the CEO and founder of Quantum Economics and Quantum Expeditions. The newsletter is always free. You can sign up and follow along, quantumeconomics.io. Remember, be smart, be safe, stack sats, hodl, self-custody your Bitcoin. Hey, that's not financial advice. It's just a darn good life suggestion.